And they pretty much all agree that these things are what plays a factor in a female's attraction towards you. And I mean, I'm definitely not here to, bash different communities or, these dating or life coaches. And, I can agree with a lot of the aforementioned. However, I don't think that that is the full story by a long shot. Hello world, Prinse here, and welcome to my channel, Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating, style, personal development, and so much more. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing, as it helps with the algorithm. It really helps to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community and really helps the channel to grow. All right, for today's topic, we're gonna be going over something that I did touch on a bit in the past, but I figure I'd touch on this one again because, I hear a lot of, dating coaches, life coaches, guys in the red pill community. Quite frankly, the advice that they're giving is not really the best advice and might be detrimental to a lot of men, regarding their mindset. And that topic is hypergamy. So we're gonna break it down, go over what that really means and if it's really that important and something that you really should be worrying about if you're out there, in the field, say dating, etc. Is that really something that should be top of mind? So this is going to be a really good one, so definitely make sure you stay tuned until the end. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump right in the video. But first and foremost, just to give a basis to what we're talking about, especially for a lot of the new guys, I really wanted to give, just a general definition of what hypergamy is. So hypergamy is defined as the act of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of superior sociological or educational background. And I mean, if you listen to a lot of these red pill guys, MGTOW guys, they can get pretty deep with this one, but just for all intensive purposes, this video will be based on that specific definition. So when you talk about superior sociological or educational background, what are really the big indicators of that? So if you listen to a lot of dating coaches and life coaches on YouTube, most of them will agree that, money is a big one, right? Also status symbol items, right? So wearing a lot of designer, having different items like, iPads or, iPhone, iMac, things of that nature, having a really nice car. And a lot of them will say that even good looks will play a factor in this. And they pretty much all agree that these things are what plays a factor in a female's attraction towards you. And I mean, I'm definitely not here to, bash different communities or, these dating or life coaches. And, I can agree with a lot of the aforementioned. However, I don't think that that is the full story by a long shot. So here is the problem that I really see that's pervasive, with a lot of dating coaches, life coaches, individuals in the red pill community, the MGTOW community. So I really find that a lot of these guys use hypergamy as an excuse to relinquish any responsibility from themselves when it comes to, dating or interacting with women. When they miss out on a girl or a girl breaks up with one of these guys, a lot of them would just be so quick to chalk it up to hypergamy. These guys are quick to run to their boys, calling these women gold diggers, calling them the H word, etc. And to give a really good example, this really reminds me of when you find two parties debating and, maybe one is making legitimate arguments and then the other one gets upset and starts calling the other one names, such as, stupid. They call the other party names like stupid instead of making a legitimate argument, which to me is actually a huge problem. See, when you call a person a word like stupid, this means that you no longer have to listen to or hear what the other party has to say. I mean, who will want to listen to what a stupid person has to say, right? But I mean, what you really do by doing this is relinquish yourself from any guilt or any responsibility on yourself. So hey, if you made it this far, congratulations. You are on your way to becoming a premier gentleman and scholar. So definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing, as it helps with the algorithm, it helps the channel to grow, and really works to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. And more importantly, you miss out on an opportunity to learn something. So in the case of a woman, you know, maybe there are some things that you could have done better in the relationship, or maybe you could have tweaked your approach. Or let's say that maybe she really was a gold digger, and maybe in this case you're right, but maybe you could have done a better job at spotting the signs of this beforehand. All I'm really saying is that there's always something to learn. None of us are perfect. And even if you're right about a particular woman, it's just a more healthy policy to look at the situation from, you know, what can I really learn from this? Or in other words, you take extreme ownership, as Jocko Willink likes to say. This will allow you to take ownership of your life and continue to grow as you have these life experiences. But for the guys that are still curious and you want to know the indicators of sexual market value, and I mean the real things that women look for in men, I definitely did a video on that, so I'll go ahead and link that above. Go ahead and take a look at that. It's a really great video. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. Like, definitely subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You know, that's very, very important. You know, it helps the algorithm, it helps the channel to grow. It really works to help facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. So, you know, I'd love to hear your guys' take on this one. You know, what are your thoughts on hypergamy? Do you think it's something that guys should really be thinking about going into the dating scene? Do you think it really plays a huge impact on your life? Definitely let me know down below. I think this would be a great discussion. But until next time, gentlemen and scholars.